Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. This is our Ring of Honor show for the week. My name is George Coles. It's my tag team partner, New Jack.
Now let me tell you something, brother. Oh, sorry. Gary Rhodes, everybody.
Now the first thing we're going to talk about, much like last week's Ring of Honor show, this is all matches that happened at Final Battle 2012. Which I kind of like. They're giving away one of their main pay-per-views basically for free on regular TV.
Well, like you were saying yourself, that after seeing last week's episode, that you were actually tempted to buy the DVD when it comes out.
Well, I'm more interested in buying DVD. I was thinking about buying it for a couple matches that we'll talk about on here and a couple matches they've already shown. But seeing some of this stuff makes me want to buy it more because it's that good. Now, the first match of the night was Jay Leathal versus Rhino. And what I thought was a really well-worked, really good-paced match.
These two guys worked, like you were saying, very well together. You have a very gifted high flyer against a very gifted technician power man. And when you have that and you have the right two guys working together, that really helps out a great match. Plus, Carino was on commentary, which I really enjoy whenever he's on commentary.
Yeah, Carino is one of the classic old-school style heels, and he was running down Jay Leathal. I mean, it was all around good. Jay Lethal's a guy I could easily see going into the world title picture and eventually winning a world title here. And Rhino's a guy that's been world champion basically everywhere else he worked, and been a champion and top of the card everywhere he's worked. And he's a guy that has a lot of value added to the product, in my opinion. Plus name value for casual fans.
Lethal ends up going over, and Rhino gets kind of recruited into the Scum
faction. After the match, Scum comes down. Jacobs and Carino they hold Lethal up so Rhino could gore the shit out of him.
It was nasty gore too.
Speaking about nasty gores going to nasty whores, we had Maria Kanellis coming out with her boyfriend Mike Bennett. I'm just kidding. Maria's a very beautiful woman. But it was a good segue.
That was good.
And he was fighting Jerry Lynn in Jerry Lynn's last Ring of Honor match.
And the one thing they did during this match that what they did this match was they let the guy that's leaving not get over.
Yeah.
You get tired of knowing
the old guy put over the young guy.
Exactly.
And to preface this, for the TV show, it was just actually clips of the match where they showed the highlights. They showed and then after the match, they did give the veteran his moves. He got the package pile driver and the TKO after the match. But during the match, he sold for the young kid. I mean, that's the way it should be. The old guys should put over the young guys. Mike Bennett's a guy that's got a lot of potential and a big future in him. He might not be built for Ring of Honor. I think he's more built for WWE. He's more of a WWE-style wrestler. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but Ring of Honor is a totally different animal.
It's true.
It's damn true.
It's damn real. Anyways, I enjoyed the match, and like you said, it wasn't what they showed on there wasn't like a giant spot fest or anything like that. Yeah. It was like a traditional old school wrestling match, and it wasn't it wasn't a lot of kickouts or anything like that. Yeah. It was he hit his finisher and it was over. It wasn't like hitting a series of no cells, which I always like that.
And I liked after the match that Nigel McGuinness came out and gave Jerry Lynn basically like a trophy plaque kind of thing for all his contributions to Ring of Honor and wrestling in general. The guy definitely deserved it. I mean, he's a former Ring of Honor world champion, former ECW champion. He's basically been a champion everywhere he's been, much like Rhino. I mean, the guy has had a great career in wrestling, and it's good to see him getting the respect he deserves. Which, during that, it brought up Jay Leathal came back to confront Nigel McGuinness, who is the matchmaker for those of you that don't follow Ring of Honor regularly. Nigel McGuinness is kind of the authority figure there now, and Jay Leathal came out. Basically, he's been banned from wrestling Kevin Steen for the world title, talking about that, why Ring of Honor is screwing him. He wants Kevin Steen, and he's going to get involved, whether they like it or not, in the main event, which ended up with Nigel basically saying, no, we're not going to give in to what you want. and Lethal spitting on him and Nigel kicking him out of the building.
Because everybody's been spitting in my face, so I'm spitting in your face.
Yeah.
Which you knew it was coming, but it was a cool spot.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of cool spots, the next one, and another match that was not, it was shown through clips. I think if they would have showed the full thing, it would have been the whole episode anyway. It was a pretty long match. El Generico versus Kevin Steen in Ladder War 4. What can I say about these two guys? I mean, you got two of the absolute best wrestlers in the world going at it. Two guys that have known each other for 10 plus years, that have been partners, that have been opponents. I mean, they've done everything all the way up and down. And from the clips they showed, this match did not disappoint at all. I liked Generico hitting Steen with the package pile driver. I thought that was amazing.
Well, yeah, it's impressive for a guy his size hitting a guy with Steen's size with that move. Yeah. Also, the finish with Kevin Steen hitting a package pile driver on top of a ladder. That's connected to a ladder. These two guys here, I hope to see them wrestling again. We know that Generico is in the middle of signing with WWE right now.
In contract negotiations. Pending a physical, Generico will be in WWE. Now, whether he's El Generico or not remains to be seen. Some guys have got to keep their gimmick. Most guys have not.
What do you think made Vince want to hire him?
I mean, just watch this match, and you'll see what made Vince want to hire him. He's tremendously over with the fans. He works well. He's a great babyface. He's a great technician in the ring. He's got the it factor. I mean, for a guy that doesn't speak because he's quote-unquote Mexican, for a guy that doesn't speak on the mic, doesn't give great promos, he connects with the fans in ways that most wrestlers that cut good promos can't.
I think it's a mix between this and there was a pay-per-view they were shooting, or one of the pay-per-views I think it was, and it was in Canada, and everybody was just screaming, ole, ole, ole. And they were, just like, Vince wants this guy. He has to want him. It's like the yes chance. I mean, if fans speak up enough, they get what they want.
Exactly. Which is why Generico is going there, and kudos to him. Get all the money you deserve. Hopefully they do well with him. They've shown recently Ring of Honor guys have gotten really good pushes in WWE. It isn't like it used to be. Guys like Punk, Daniel Bryan, Antonio Cesaro, Seth Rollins are coming into WWE and getting pushed properly, and that's all you can ask.
So if you look at them, they're either at the top or main event of every Raw or pay-per-view right now.
And I don't expect it to be long before Generico is right up there with them. Mm-hmm. Or at the very least, the guy that they use as a replacement for Rey Mysterio.
Now that brings us into the tag team main event. It was a triple threat. What was it? Final.
Who knows what they call it?
It was a triple threat tag match. The only people that could get pinned were Scum.
To win the championship, you had to pin Scum, but Scum could beat either of the other teams, and it was Scum, which is Steve Corino and Jimmy Jacobs versus the Briscoes, Mark and Jay versus Cedric Coleman and Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander.
I thought it was a great match. A lot of they were kind of back on hitting spots. They didn't hit a lot of spots, but the spots they did hit were right on the money.
Well, in a three-way match, that's kind of what it becomes. It turns into a spot fest, basically. But you know that going into the match anyway. With six guys wrestling, it can't not be a spot fest, and it ended up being a spot fest. But that's okay too. I mean,
But it wasn't overboard like a lot of people go. I mean, it fit the match, and it was just right to me.
You know who really stood out to me in this match, and I don't know if he did to you as well, was Cedric Alexander.
Yes.
I thought he hit some really crisp moves. He had some really good interaction with the other guys. The crowd was really into what he was doing. He connected really well. Coleman and Alexander are a team I'm kind of I don't care either way about. I don't like them. I don't dislike them. But in this match, Alexander showed to me that he could be someone that that going forward is going to be a star. And obviously, the two guys that are stars, I think they're the backbone of Ring of Honor. I think when the history of Ring of Honor is written, these two guys are going to be front and center, and that's the Briscoe brothers. I mean, there is no better tag team, in my opinion, in the world.
Right now, like I said, they're in my opinion, they're up there. They're probably like number 2 to me. I like the way they work together. They're kind of like to me, they remind me of like a young Dudleys. You know, kind of a weird gimmick like the Dudleys used to have back in the day. And they cut some cutting edge promos for promos that you wouldn't expect out of them.
Yeah, I just like them. I think they're a team that connects with the fans, and that's the main thing in wrestling. If you could connect with the fans either as a heel or a face, and they've done it both, then that's something that's going to go far for you in your career. And I absolutely love the Briscoes. They are Ring of Honor in my opinion. I think them winning their 8th Tag Team Championship, it's well deserved. It's not like other places where someone wins their 8th championship because they're burying other people. These guys actually deserve to have their 8th championship.
Now, I know you want to talk about the finish of the match.
The Doomsday Device. They hit an absolutely one of the best Doomsday Devices I've seen since the days of the Road Warriors hitting it on jobbers, because they basically nailed Jimmy Jacobs like he was a jobber. He did the total flip, and they murdered him. I mean, kudos to Jimmy Jacobs for selling it so well. Kudos to the Briscoe brothers for hitting it so well. It was one of the better Doomsday Devices I've ever seen. Out of them, at least.
So from what we've seen so far, I mean, they really didn't show you because it was a clip show of Steen hitting the package pile driver onto the ladder. So as far as the last 2 weeks of watching the recap shows, yeah, I would say that was the best finisher from all that we were able to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the Kevin Steen package pile driver they cut away before he hit it, so you didn't actually see it. In other words, they want you to buy the DVD, which I'm probably about 90% sure I'm going to buy at this point. For one thing, it's El Generico's last match. El Generico and Jerry Lynn, both their last matches in Ring of Honor. You got the tag title change going on. Ladder War 4, Ladder Wars are always good. I mean, the DVD is definitely worth purchase once it finally comes out, which is Final Battle 2012 for those of y'all who want to purchase it as well.
Now, since we watched both parts of the show, what was your favorite match between both shows?
You know, it's a real toss-up between Elgin and Strong and the 3-way tag team match, in my opinion.
That's what I was going
I didn't see enough of Generico versus Steen to rank that up there. I assume it's going to be great, but I think those two were the matches that I absolutely loved.
So the match of this episode would be the Scum Briscoes?
Oh yeah, that's why it was the main event.
Yep.
And it definitely shows. Ring of Honor, if nothing else, they build their TV shows properly. The first match is usually a quick match. The second match is a little bit longer, a little bit better. And then the third match that they show on their show, which is usually about what they do as 3 matches, is usually a nice, long, good build, decent match.
Actually, I'm very impressed with the product of Ring of Honor right now.
Yes.
I'd like to see them succeed. I really would.
I'd like to as well. I think the Sinclair broadcasting deal hurts them a little bit with the channels that they're put on and the areas, because they're not on in the whole country. They're only on in certain areas. I think they could stand to get a more national base, but their fan base is a little bit different. It's like when ECW went national. They didn't really have the fan base to carry it national. Ring of Honor kind of doesn't either. I really wish that more wrestling fans would go out and look at Ring of Honor, because all the complaints you hear about the other 2 federations, TNA, WWE, everything that people complain about those is fixed in Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. Ring of Honor is the antithesis of what you complain about on those shows.
Exactly. You don't see a lot of politics going on too much, and you don't see a lot of bullshit matches. You ain't gonna see,
overly gimmicked.
I was about to say, you're not gonna see Brodus Clay out there jucking and jiving or anything like that. I mean, it's not that kind of product. It's more
although
adult.
They do have some comedy involved.
They do, but it's more of adult based, and that's what I like about it. It's something that doesn't dumb me down watching. I really enjoy the product.
It's a true alternative to mainstream wrestling. And it's one that I enjoy very much, and like you just said, you enjoy as well. But basically, Is there anything else you needed to add to this?
No, like I said, I think it was a great show.
Anybody that's not watching Ring of Honor, search it out, look it up. I know you can find them on YouTube as well. I think it's every Thursday the shows go on to YouTube or on Ring of Honor's channel. I'll find out. We'll talk about it next week exactly where you can. But keep looking for Ring of Honor if it's in your area. But that's basically all I have to say. My name is George Coles.
I'm Gary Rhodes.
And this has been Heel Heat.